It is
And
8:30, it's time for the
pretty
weekly
stakes
meeting
up
of the Mitchell County Board of Supervisors. We have an agenda in front of us. We will delete item 8, county engineer, who called this morning, asked if he could be excused because he had other things more pressing. I said I didn't really have anything for him. Under items of note, item C, note the NICOG audit. Item D, transportation study that I'll want to go through with you guys on, that came last night. And item E, allow FEH to be advertising for whatever's in the old courthouse that we get moving on that.
What's D?
Transportation study, this one that looks confusing, and it is.
There's a reason for that. Motion to approve the agenda is amended.
Second it.
It's been moved and second. Further discussion, hearing none. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Item 2, BBC project update. Tom, you're up. Good
Okay.
morning.
Good morning, how you guys doing today?
Good.
Excellent.
Cold.
Yes, I was just out at the wastewater plant before I got here, check on things. It is cold. And things are going good. They're still doing some form-up work. The reason we had a meeting this morning is that we had to coordinate with the city. There's some work on the sludge tanks they have to do, and there's still a little bit of sludge in bottom, so the contractor's gotta coordinate with the city, get that land applied, and that's gonna happen, I think this week, once it warms up. It's frozen solid right now, so we need a little bit of sun on it. It's dark colored, so it'll thaw out. Otherwise, that's chipping away. Again, I have no concerns about where that project's at, what its progress is at. Nothing, the electrical work's going on, and everything's going well there. At the BBC site, we had a progress meeting last week, and it was as normal as it always is. So it wasn't tamed down because we're there. Everything's going good there too. They've got, I think, all the foundation for the building done now, or it's real darn close. They're just waiting for the steel delivery to start, and I think that's supposed to happen for the end of the month, so it'll be nice to see that getting up. They've got one tank completely done in the ground. They've got a second tank, they're about done pouring that. And right now, the big push is Pops are installing lift stations out there so we can get sanitary sewer service to Valent. Now, they emailed me yesterday and last week, and they're trying to, I think they want to get their labs all fired up this week. And so I've got a meeting with Luke tomorrow to kind of get that timing figured out. If we can't get the timing figured out, what are we going to do in the interim? The bad thing about it is that we have so much limited room to work in that even though it'd be simple to put the lift stations in, there's a lot of garbage piled on top of them. Construction materials, rebar, and there's no place to put it. Alright, so what they've been trying to do is get everything installed as fast as they can so they can get that site opened up, start digging it, and get going. So in the meeting we had last week, Kurt was thinking that they'd be done by Friday, next Wednesday at the latest. Luke's pushing for something earlier than that, so I've got to email out to Henkel to see if they can get that pushed along farther. But it's just a condition of the site. It's so darn small that we can't do everything at once. It just doesn't happen that way. So we're working on it. Other than that, like I said, I don't have any questions, concerns, comments about where we're at in the schedule compared to where we need to be next year. So I think things are slick. Any question on what you saw out there or heard? No?
Just a lot of things, I didn't realize like the lead time on all the stuff that they have to do.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, that was one of the things, the mechanical guy's kind of bent out of shape on timing because he's always the last guy to get done, and usually they push him till the very last second, so he's already getting a little boisterous about it. But you know, some of the equipment they were talking about has got 26-week lead times on it. Well, that's a half a year. And I don't have the submittal for it yet, which means it hasn't been ordered yet. And a half year from now is May. So, and he's got to be done by basically in August, so he's getting concerned that the equipment suppliers aren't submitting stuff. And that's not my concern at this point because I only work with the prime contractor. That's their struggle between the prime and the subs on how they get stuff done. So I still don't have any issues with the timing. I think he was just being a little up front to not have to have the pressure put on him. But he doesn't have that much work to do in there, in my opinion. That's it, you guys. Question on status?
Says pay request for.
I
Hinkle.
do have a pay request, right here. Well, here is the original for your files. Should pass that down, please. Thank you. And as always, let's turn to this third page, I believe it is. Yes. Third column, fourth column, I guess, work completed this application. Those are the line items if you guys want to look through that. But the big ticket ones, excavation and site piping was $300. That has to do with the force main going to the city from the site. They've started putting in a bunch of piping on site, and then plus the structural excavation. That was one of the big ones. So the ones that stick out, if we go down, forming materials, we got $22,000. 15,000 rebar. Again, this is all their structural work that's going on. And you're not going to see much on the following pages because a lot of this other stuff is some of the finish up work once these structures are in place. We do have a little bit, go to, it'd be page 3 of 4 on the bottom it's called. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, mechanical, $86,000. And that's basically a portion of the work that the mechanical guy, and it's weird how this works out, and you gotta envision some imaginary lines here. He works, so if you imagine building foundation, and then go up 5 feet, he works from 5 feet out in, on all the structures, not just the building, so he's been doing all the piping for the trickling filter and everything else they've been putting in from 5 foot outside that structure all the way inside of it. Anything between those two areas is like pops, you know, the underground excavation type work. So for people that aren't real in tune on how mechanical stuff gets broken up, it includes from 5 foot outside the foundation and everything. That's piping, that's HVAC, that's everything is what we call mechanical. So I had no questions where this thing was at. And basically it's timed out real well and they give them to me right after a progress meeting, so I know exactly where things are at. So this,
We have a motion to,
I make a motion to pay Hinkle $514,561.02.
I'll second the motion.
you had to get your 2 cents worth in, didn't
Yeah.
you? I'm sorry about
I
that.
think they could have dropped it.
Further discussion. Hearing none, vote please.
Aye.
Paulus,
Aye.
Walk aye, motion carried.
one last minor thing.
Do
and
we
again,
have
I'm-
something to sign or no?
No, this is just
Okay.
my letter comes to you guys.
Okay.
Lowell, how's everything going on the accounting side as far as, I know you guys got some bond stuff coming up, I think next month, right?
Yeah, we talked about that
And we're
last
looking good.
Thursday.
Okay, just wanna make sure you guys are sitting all right, okay. Great, 'cause I'm not really a part of that, but I don't wanna let it fall through the cracks, so.
No, we're moving forward,
Good.
so
All right, great, that sounds good.
Second phase.
I think we'll have, if we don't have any glitches, we should have that money in by what, the middle of December? There was, you know, wasn't it
Yeah.
either,
That's what I thought.
Okay.
I was thinking it was either the last of, either the
19th.
26th or the 3rd, we were going to be letting those bonds.
Yeah.
Better than something about her, some other at the end of the month of December too, 26th, 27th.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Wait to hear from them.
That's what Jeff said.
Okay, well, good, I'm glad everything's, nothing's been dropped. And I've been copying Kathy and Brenda on all these invoices. In my mind, it's their responsibility to talk to Valent to give them heads up from a financial standpoint where things are at. And in addition, with all the change orders that we pushed through, I've also given copies to Brenda and Kathy with the understanding that they're the communication link between you guys and these guys financially. So everybody should be completely aware of what's going on in my mind.
Great.
Should
Yep.
be.
Should be. It's probably-
There's a lot going on.
I know. I know there is. I got nothing else for you folks.
Okay,
All right.
very good,
Yeah,
thank you.
Have a good day. We'll see you later. Take care.
Keep warm.
Yep. See you, Greg.
Do you have anything, Sheriff Weaver?
No, I guess I don't. We're sitting on 4 right now. An ice hold. stolen property, witness tampering type stuff. But otherwise, no, I don't have anything unless somebody here has something for me.
Who do we got in Waterloo?
The juvenile?
I don't care about his name, but did we send somebody down there?
I might not have been from our shop.
I thought I seen a claim through there.
Unless they're way behind on the claims, I mean, you know.
Joel, I don't know, but I'll find out and I'll let you know.
Is that maybe in the juvenile department?
Could have been, yeah.
And then there was some pharmacy things.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
That was Eldora.
why?
Boys.
Why are
We
they
have no
Eldora?
crooks at Eldora.
Well, I thought he was on the state.
I'll follow up on it, Joel. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Because if we have any juveniles that go in North Iowa, that's where we're members and we pay
Mhm.
there.
Yeah, I know nothing about that to us, so.
Yeah.
It's like 80
Oh,
some
okay.
dollars or something. Was it 80 some dollars or more than that? Oh, okay, well then that would be housing.
That's what I was thinking.
Mrs. McCarthy?
I'd just like to ask a question. I see Floyd County Jail's in real bad shape. Is there any
We can only
discussion
pray.
between, I was wondering, well, I mean, we used to house ours there, but I was wondering if they might come back here and, you know. Thank you, Joel.
No, I agree with you, Debbie.
Yeah.
It makes sense, wouldn't it? But
More of a question though for Sheriff Beaver. I mean,
Yeah, I'll
See
take
if you
everybody
can-
they want to send me, Betty.
but-
Timing is everything, you know.
Contact or whatever.
We can reach out, I can talk to the sheriff, see what they're thinking down there.
So you're the one that would negotiate price and everything with them?
Well,
They
I-
wouldn't have anything to do with it?
I
Stan
think
is
they
what you're
enter,
saying?
they enter into the
That's
contract.
what I would think, yeah.
you
No,
could-
we have to approve all contracts, I mean, you know, but yet again, it really doesn't, how do I wanna put it? I mean, for us to try to, I mean, it's your facility, for us to try to negotiate and so on and so forth, doesn't make a lot of sense. It makes more sense for you to talk directly to anybody. And
I can talk to
work
the
with
sheriff,
us as opposed
yeah.
to us, you know, trying to ram something down.
Mhm.
I know we negotiated with the supervisors in Floyd County when that happened before.
I'll reach out to the sheriff
I'll look
and
them up.
see what they're thinking.
I'll find one of them that I second. Just mention.
Good.
Item C, approve the minutes. We have 2 sets.
Oh, I just put on, maybe on one page, I didn't get up the line, I can still have sugar print. The signatures.
Oh, I see.
I didn't see anything, so.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for November 5th and November 7th as submitted.
I'll second that motion.
It's been moved and second, further discussion. Hearing none, Paulus.
Aye.
Both
Aye.
Walk, aye, motion carried. Item 4, approve the claims. I looked through them, I didn't see anything.
I went through them.
Okay.
Did you?
Yeah, I didn't see anything. I'll make a motion to approve the claims.
I'll second the motion.
Been moved and second, further discussion. Hearing none, vote Plander.
Aye.
Paulus.
Aye.
Walk, aye, motion carried. Item 5, approve resolution fixing the time, date, and place of the meeting at which it is proposed to hold a hearing on an internal loan to pay the cost of funding of a grant to Mitchell County EDC in the Mitchell County urban renewal area. Basically, the resolution would be 892-13.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 892-13, economic development grant of $100,000.
Which page are you on? Do we have to set the time and place for the public hearing?
Let's see.
It says
Setting date for public hearing.
setting the date for,
Oh.
fixing the date.
Oh, fixing the date, I'm
Hmm.
sorry. All right, I'm sorry.
That's down in section 1 on the second page.
Yeah,
We'll meet on the 26th, okay.
November
So
the 26th.
Mhm.
Okay, so we need to do it, what, at 9 o'clock or something?
What time did we set it?
Not 9:30.
9:30?
I'm sorry, yeah, you're right. Good eye there.
Thank you, Joel.
Yeah.
That's your motion, I'll second
9:30.
it.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll second.
setting the 26th then.
Yeah,
Mhm.
at
Okay.
9:30
9:30.
AM
And
In the boardroom.
at the board.
it's been moved and second, further discussion. Hearing none, Paulus.
Aye.
Booklander.
Aye.
Walk, aye, motion carried. Item 6, meetings attended, items to note.
We had a audit committee meeting at North Iowa Community Action. We went over, we had the insurance people there, and their health insurance is gonna go up 6% this year. Walmart, Brook Blue Shield. And then our board will recommend approval of that to the full board. Everything we discussed was, that was pretty much it. I think that took up most of the meeting. Yeah. Other than that, it was just going over the claims and, or not the claims, but the out-of-state travel and the credit card summary. And then I came back here for our other meeting. That one on Jeff.
I attended the progress meeting at the Hinkle trailer at the water site. That was, like I said, with Tom, it was very interesting we talked about a lot of lead time where you got 6 months of trying to figure out where stuff has to be plugged in when you don't have the schematics of the equipment. Which you don't think about when they're doing that. I went to workforce meeting. They talked about the senior program, area on aging, person that used to do that has changed positions, and she was talking about the 55 and older, where we've got a lot of people that are very qualified that would like to work, but people are scared because of their education, wherever the pay scale and stuff, so just getting those people out there and information. And the one-stop stop shopping at the workforce, they've changed their policy there, they're cross-training everyone. So when people come into the building, it isn't just you've gotta go here, they can sell the products to the clients that are going there for unemployment benefits. They try to get them through all the trainings and give them everything they have and how they are just looking at more of their customers and clients rather than just people coming in the door. The one person that used to work in the area said she really did notice that because they come up and greet them and ask them where they need to go, and then they tell them about other services. That was really interesting. Went to the FMC Grant Awards ceremony Thursday night. A lot of happy people, a lot of good results, great food. And then economic development meeting Friday morning in Riceville. That was at the motel. And that was really impressive because she had a whole presentation on her preservation of the building. So it was really cool how they did things and how she agreed she had trouble finding contractors that were willing to preserve windows and things because they just didn't know how to do it. So it was eye-opening, and that was it.
I last night had NICOG, and one of the good things is on our health insurance, we had no raise whatever for the next year, which is very unusual. And we actually are showing 300 and some thousand to the good right now, which also is rather unusual. Basically, we've been having problems with transit buses. 51 of our 90-some buses are these Ford diesels that they've just had a terrible time with. Ford's now quit even making them. And Mercedes-Benz actually makes a very good engine in that, but the federal government, because it's more than 50% made out of the country, they won't allow us to use federal funds to buy them, and yet again, they're fuel efficient, which again doesn't make any sense at all. But we had the NICOG audit from last year, Larry Pump. One of the things that came up at the audit, and we had spent $12 for greeting cards. And so we had gotten written up on it. And Larry said, he said, if you're just putting these in like the regular claims and you're not making a specific note in your minutes, then he says this is really not allowed because we're not sure why you're buying greeting cards and this and that. It's not your normal type of operation. And where we, like here too, if somebody's, one of our employees is hospitalized or there's death in the family and that, we normally send around a card. But he said, if we want to make a note in our minutes that we wanted to buy $12 worth of sympathy cards, and this is the reason why, then it is allowed. The same thing he said with like flowers. If you're just going to stick it in someplace that says Supervisors, $40 flowers, not allowed. But if we made a note that it's in the minutes that, if somebody happens to die, that we feel that we should be able to send a $20 bouquet or something like that, and, which I thought was, we had quite a discussion on that. And so just to keep that in mind, I don't know, maybe our auditor, we should ask sometime if our auditor agrees with, Larry Pump's assessment, but still. I can either hit right now this transportation study. I guess we can take a look at it. As you know, for the last 3 years or so, there's been a push to raise the gas tax. And the governor has basically explained that he does not want to see a raise in the gas tax. And so he went to Transportation Director Tricot, what's his name? Yeah, I know. Any event, come up with some other ideas. And so we're not exactly sure on this first page, on page 2, what this 6% means. And other than that, you start going down on page 3, they're talking about a use tax and revenue for aviation fund, trying to raise some additional monies there. That would then take, it would go directly to aviation somehow. They're talking about getting rid of the state fuel tax at the pump altogether. And they're talking about applying what they call an excise tax on the wholesale amount of fuel. And we're not sure exactly how this would work if, let's say, at the terminal at Clear Lake, if they were transporting to Minnesota, would Minnesota actually be paying this fuel tax? They feel apparently by changing the name, calling it a wholesale fuel tax, excise tax, that to begin with, they're not going to get as much revenue in, but after 3 years, they're going to have more revenue. Don't ask me again how that's supposed to operate.
And the dyed fuels too, I saw that the farmers, the dyed fuels will be taxed.
they're talking about, and, yeah, and apparently already Farm Bureau is up in arms on that one. Basically, they're talking about somehow railroads on a freight transportation tax. They're talking about actually even adding the 1 cent local option sales tax to where that would go to the local communities. So I don't know, like if here, if they were able to do that, would the county get anything out of Osage, St. Ansgar? Is that all pooled as a county and then split?
I think so.
So if that was the case, I mean, that would really be a benefit for us, you know, really at St. Ansgar with a lot of those people coming down. Because you see a lot of Minnesota cars there at Casey's. So that could be a boom to us. Let's see. The main, on the page 9, they show kind of where they feel the extra revenue would be coming in. That right now they say they're about $223 million short, you know, of a year of getting enough revenue to keep everything going. And by 2018, they'd basically be making the revenue that they feel that would be needed to keep this whole thing going. But the main thing is on the very last page, Stu Anderson is the one that apparently is heading this whole thing up. And so if you have any questions, concerns, now's the time to be getting them in. This study probably will be open for the next few weeks. I would assume by the first of the year, they're gonna try to draft legislation, get this thing pushed through the legislature. And so, any concerns and that, all that,
Does Isaac stand on this?
how's ISAC? I don't know, I think it just came out recently, I don't know that
I
ISAC is.
got something today from Bennett or whoever it was. Rachel, and there was quite a bit of, I thought there was something in there about transportation too, and I don't know, but
I don't know.
I don't know either,
But that's, we'll put Shannon on this mission.
but there you go.
I'm sure we'll hear about it.
Wednesday,
next
Thursday,
couple days.
Friday,
Yep.
if you have to stay to Saturday, that's okay.
But no shopping.
Somebody say that.
No,
When
that's
you're
in
sitting in
the,
the hospitality room, just talk transportation.
well,
So it's, you know, a lot
so
of
what did,
things.
so what did Nyakog have that red flags threw up on this? What part of it?
I don't know that we, right now,
Don't really, that's why I say with ISAC, usually they go through all this stuff and, you know, they'll figure out what the ramifications are for counties and, you know, cities, League of Cities, you know.
I know we were somewhat concerned on, and I don't know if it really deals with this directly or not, like I say, they went through a lot of information last night on monies, availability of monies for buses. And the way the program is really set up, it benefits the larger areas more than it does us. I know that was one of the concerns that Joe had last night, but I mean, right now, we didn't really, this is too new. Of course, this executive committee will be meeting in December, I think it's the 8th, is it? No, 9th. We'll be meeting on the 9th. I mean, and again, we can probably have a lot more information given to us at that time too, but I'm sure this will be the talk of the town down there at ISAC. so other than that, I mean, the other meetings I've had basically again is just working on the project. So that's been item B, clerk of court report. Basically, there's been a surcharge of $179 brought in, sheriff fees of $141, fines $2,162, driving no proof of insurance, one item there, surcharge. Total amount coming into us is $3,066.70. So noted. And item E, I had allow FEH to advertise for courthouse stuff. Lowell, are they putting something in?
Well, tomorrow's paper will be, that's for bidders for demolition.
So if anybody is wanting fire escape, the cupola, stairways, there's stuff that we will not be selling out of the new building, or the old building, I'm sorry. Like the vault doors, those will be incorporated in the
Correct.
new building. Other than that,
I have a
Well-
question. I know that there's still funding available for the grant. After my meeting in Riceville, the stuff that they've done at the motel, there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with old buildings. Do we want to pursue this with a vote, or do we want to talk about the grant for the preservation, to have them look and see how much it would cost for the grant that was available before?
I thought we already did that. What grant are you talking about?
To have a preservation architect look at it, at the building?
So we did, we had FEH, their preservation architects, and they brought in their top people,
Okay.
and they'll be here at 10 o'clock, we can have that discussion again.
I'm hitting this discussion late. I was not involved at the beginning, so I'm just asking because Becky was really out of it. And after
Well,
the meeting, she had a one-on-one with me, so I was like,
It's one thing if you have a building that you can work with, it's another thing if you don't.
okay.
That's the scope of work that was on that grant. All of this was answered.
On the other, before,
Right.
okay.
At that time, I think former supervisor and Stan, and we come to the conclusion, how many studies do we need?
Okay.
You know, and even a lot of the ones that sent their RFPs to do this particular, you know, and one of them actually said in parentheses, if it could even be saved.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's not like,
I've had
It's not
repeated
like-
emails and one-on-one conversations with people in the area that just wanted me to ask that question.
and that's
Because
fine.
unfortunately, I wasn't involved with the courthouse project meetings, and I apologize for that, probably should have been, but, there's a lot of people that are interested in if that grant money should be accessed to have a different person look at it since we did get the note, so. I said I would relay the message to the board.
well, where I'm coming from again is, three years ago or whatever, we had a local contractor, basically explained the building is tired, it's worn out, it's time to give it up. And then we had Scott and Anderson, they gave their estimate, FEH gave their estimate, and, I mean, we keep on getting the same result. And, what is that old saying about doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different
Results.
results?
The
I mean,
definition of insanity. so.
Yeah.
yeah, and I mean, that's really where, and outside of the shell, that's it.
And the shell, according to the architects last time, isn't even valuable to us either. We couldn't sell the old bricks anyway. They're,
Because they're painted and varnished.
yep, they're unsellable now, so. And you talked about over at Riceville, how they preserve the windows. Well, our windows are long gone, you know. there's just too much, it's just too far gone, I don't see that there's anything to pull back, and not only that, it won't even function on the courthouse. You know, as far as space needs and stuff like that, and there's like 3 or 4 studies on that, and actually, we took the cheapest one. Not, I shouldn't say cheap, less expensive, is to build a new one, rather than to rehabilitate that one, or do preservation, or whatever you wanna call it.
They said that it's like 25% more to redo a building, but then there's grants to offset that 25%.
Well, drive by
increasing
that one and tell
construction
me
costs.
where you're gonna put the other 2 staircases going up to the 2nd floor now.
I'm not an architect.
No, I know you're not, but I'd just like to hear somebody tell me where those 2 staircases are gonna go. I know where the architect said they'll go,
On the outside.
on the outside of the building. It isn't gonna look at anything like it looks now.
And privacy issues.
Yeah, there's always been that problem.
You know, do you really want to continue to have, ask for a driver's license and you're told that you're no longer able to get a driver's license? Do you really want to be standing in the hallway in front of a bunch of other people? And,
Would they be able to restructure the rooms and stuff? I mean, you could take out walls and,
We still need more space. That's been a problem for a long time.
and so do you add on to the outside of the building much again? Or where do you add on? I mean,
right, that's what they were talking
been done
about.
already, years past.
it's,
So
and
it's
then
changed the
talking to a
integrity of the
couple of
building.
other areas that use some of these grants, they said, just because they tell you these grants are available, they said, try to get them. You apply for them, and they don't always give you what they said they'll give you, and it's just,
Rick Porter said we had one of those meetings that night.
It's only on the original fabric. So if the original fabric is gone, the grant's gone. And then not only that, the grant might be 2 or 3 years down the road, and so you will bond for the amount of money up front, and hope you get the grant.
I just have had a lot of
Yeah.
people in my district
Sure.
asking to
Now
bring
you
up
can
that
tell 'em.
question, so. And that was one thing I had said, if you ask me for something or
Yeah,
ask a
no,
question,
that's
I'll
no
bring it
problem,
here,
that's no
so.
problem. But like Joel said, I mean, on the original, even the stairway's been replaced. I mean, there's nothing inside that's really original.
For the grant wise,
Even the windows, I mean, have all been replaced. I mean, they're not,
Most of them,
yeah, I mean,
more energy efficient.
my question has been answered, I mean,
Which local contractor said that?
Oh, just ask a bunch of local contractors and ask them what they say about it. Penny, we're not gonna share names here, because then it just gets people all upset, and then you get phone calls, and I really didn't want you to say that. And
Strauss Morning Conference.
we've all been down this road 100 times, Penny, and you know it.
No,
2.5 years, I mean, it's,
Thank you.
anyway, just where that's coming from.
no, and how many times have we stated that this is not what the Board of Supervisors wanted a few years ago? We did want to try to save the building, and we were working towards it, and when we're told that quit putting good money after bad, I mean, there's a point in time, you gotta listen to what people tell you.
Actually, I had a guy call me yesterday, prominent citizen of this community, says, I sure hope you're going forward with it. And I told him, well, the revenue bonds will cost us another $180,000 a year. in interest.
160.
Or 160, whatever. Well, by the time we get around to it, it might be 180, who knows, but, and then he said, well, yeah, I can see your point, you know, so.
No, if we would have been able to get this passed a year ago at 6.5 million and whatnot, why, but that's water over the dam too, so. Outside of it, no, we gotta canvass the votes,
I'll take just a little break, I'll take this back to the office, so I can get working on
Yep.
plans.
and then we will reconvene as,
Interrupt.
Not what they read was said. He never said it.
Jennifer.
There, he did. He did. Oh,
He said if the weather gets warmer, they try and do it this week.
it's supposed to get warmer.
Yeah, I heard. And I just told them that it didn't get cold enough to seal things.
Right, right.
But anyway, and I didn't use the name of campus, so when I talked to. I called my husband last night. Well, when I talked to him, when I got hold of him last night, because he didn't come in that late, but then he said evenings, and I said, I will come and get it. And he said that, well, I said, by the way, our newspaper editor knows you, she started in and, see, I said Nick Blake. And then when I talked to Cal, I said, just tell her that they, that I'll let her know when they come. So,
Sure.
and I'll get you.
Like I said, he probably wouldn't even remember me anyway.
Well,
It
he
was a
might
long
have, he
time
might
ago.
have the other name, see, but I said Nick Blake.
Sure.
Yeah, anyway, because he's got a pretty good memory. They were at the New Hampton, and he said, what a ceremony. They had a flyover. Were you there?
No.
I think he said it over 8 times.
Wow.
He said it was so impressive, and I said,
Wow.
well, was it more impressive than ours? Oh, he said, you had a wonderful one, too. Because, and I'll get you a bunch if you would want to read a little of the, because it would have been,
I mean, it's like that, it's working.
say, 98, it would be 13 years ago. On Veterans Day, that we
Wow. I didn't think it was that long ago.
dedicated that.
That would have been
1998.
the first year I was at the world.
1998.
Of course, Larry was here, right?
Yeah.
Well, 15 years ago. Right? 98 would be 15 years ago.
Okay, 15 years, yeah. Yeah, 15.
God,
Yeah.
that's the first time I heard him say.
And,
Oh,
I mean, we had 3 bands there,
right.
For the years, it was
agent something. I have all the original stuff there, if you
Yeah.
wanna.
Yeah.
I just thought maybe you might wanna.
Sure. Oh, that's fine.
It's really hard to say
Yeah.
grants. You can use grants to put in their places. I just.
I was gonna say,
Good place to be, good food down there.
He said it was what the people decide personally. He said it can be. Right.
Second or third December.
All those reports get filed.
But they just said.
yeah, yeah, I can see where, I can see, I was gonna say, I can see where we give it a screw. Cause I was there, I thought, well, he's been doing this all
I
the
never
time.
said that.
January, I'm gonna get down to the majority.
I think they should have to get some.
Well, go with
People
the
who are
joints. Trips.
What do you wanna do here
Sharon's
now?
gonna try this. They're just doing
Well,
it back when that was.
that's absentee, Andrew Mitchell, or first,
I mean, they're gonna change the demolition of the because we sell it because of.
Well, it's better than somebody just carrying it off, which is what I heard they were gonna do.
I think it's just.
Or that, yeah, no, yeah, that would be good, I agree, yeah.
that's on the other sheet.
You know, that'll be my last video on videotape. I got other things to do at my morning and,
So which one you wanna go? This one here? Public major?
Yeah, no, those aren't split up by the precincts, they're all just together as absentees, so.
Okay, public major, absentee. Absentee, public measure, yes votes, 79, no votes, 105.
Okay.
Now you wanna go down to, do the Stacyville mayor,
Okay,
Stacyville mayor,
just a minute. Okay, ready.
Harold Isaac, 4,
Okay,
Statesville Council, Roger Brum, 5. Paul Hallback, 4.
okay.
We go to Riceville.
Good.
Wait, yeah. Okay, these must be more here, over here, okay. All right, Riceville, Terry Burns,
Okay, those are the 4-year term.
yeah, 4-year term, 6.
6.
Joe Keeling, 7. Mark A. Patrick, 7.
Those are the write-ins.
Let's call those that scattering.
Okay, Scatterings, you got
Add
4.
4, okay.
Okay, Riceville, 2-year term,
Okay.
Trent, is that Dirk?
4.
4th, okay. Oh, it was like a D. And Jordan Dolman is 9.
Holman.
Ullman, another funny looking, and, write-in, 1, or scatter.
Harold
1.
Jensen.
Harold Jensen,
Okay. That's that page.
okay. Then we can go to St. Ansgar,
Okay. Ready?
Mayor, Brown, 5. Squire, 7. Collison, 14.
Okay.
And St. Ansgar Council, Eustis, 17. Grove, 13. Jorgensen, 8. Myers?
Myers.
Myers, 9.
You spell that name.
Okay, that's
That's all?
all four, I guess, yeah. And then we go to the city of Mitchell.
Okay.
Pat Hipsch, 5. Monken, 4. That's Mitchell City Council.
Mhm.
Okay, and then Weaverling, 4. And 1 write-in, you want the Peliot?
Yep.
Yeah, 2.
2, okay.
Okay, then Osage, council person,
Go ahead.
Wolf, 1. 3rd Ward, council person. must
Oh,
have to
okay,
be
the
write-in.
scattering.
Scattering, okay, see. And there wasn't anybody else in 3rd Ward, I don't think.
Well, there was nobody in 3rd Ward.
Right, this, somebody must just wrote that in.
Yeah.
Well, why were you even putting it in there?
Just a scattering.
I mean, it's like voting for somebody.
It's
and-
kind of, yeah, it's a, like
That's-
Donald Duck.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, there's nobody running, that's not even a seat
No,
up
it's not
for election.
correct.
Okay, city of McIntyre,
Mayor.
mayor,
Okay,
Keenings,
okay,
7.
okay.
Okay, council, Keenings, 8. Huddleston, 5. Richardson, 5. Bundy, 4. And the rest of these must be scattering.
Mhm.
Okay. Schneider, 1. Schlamp, 1. Kilo, 1. Tetzner,
Mhm.
1. And that's pretty much it for the.
Okay.
Okay, this is Osage Methodist Church, Mitchell County for the city.
Borough of Liberty and Osage Township.
Okay, do you wanna do the public measure first?
That's the only thing that'll be there.
Okay. Yes votes were 66. No votes was 60.
Okay.
Okay, New Haven,
How do they do that? They take turns? Husband and wife both gotta vote for mayor?
Well,
Yeah, even Church Mitchell, this would be for,
Orchard.
Orchard.
this is for Orchard, isn't it?
That's the only
well, and Todd is already on,
Yeah.
council.
and his term wasn't up. So at least got one vote.
Yes, Todd and Jen Adams, one vote each.
Okay.
Public
Public
measure.
measure.
Probably in the front.
Okay, probably measure.
Okay.
Okay. Yes votes 39,
Okay.
no votes 49. And it was just the same two
Mhm.
candidates.
Okay.
Carpenter Community Center,
Mhm.
the courthouse public measure,
Okay.
yes 70, no 42. Mayor, does it say? For where?
Could be for Carpenter.
Is it Carpenter?
Yeah, that's all Carpenter.
It's all Carpenter?
Yes.
Okay, Mayor Keith Anderson, 11.
Okay.
Ty Peterson, 3. David Bublitz, 8. Tom DeBauer, 1. Council members, I have Pat Anderson, 13. Julie Lindley, 10. Julie Rolfs, 10. Bernice Buer, 4. Do you have her on there? That must be a write-in.
What was the name?
Bernice
Okay.
Brewer,
Okay. How many was that?
4.
4.
Susan Horsfall, 4. Debbie Bublitz, 14. Renee Johnson, 3. Eric Fitch, 11. Tom DeBauer, 8. Ty Peterson, 9. Richard Lindley, 3. Norma Wilson, 6. And then I have 8 more people with 1 each. You want to do that as a scatter? Or do you want to-
Yeah.
That's it.
Mitchell City Hall, Mitchell.
Okay.
Public measure. Yes votes 100. No votes 96. Council. Kelly Ott, 38. Jessica Carson, 5. Randy Kemp, 1. And Dennis Fisher, 1. And for mayor, Randy Camp, 1. Dennis Fisher, 1. John Fisher, 1. Pat Hitch, 43.
Mhm.
Okay, then for council, we got Lynn Fisher, 1. Joel Mostek, 2. Eric Unken, 39. Russ Weaverling, 42. Terry Ott, 1. And Kay Ott, 1.
Our Saviors,
Okay.
have a printout. No?
They didn't write them out.
No.
Okay. They were all printed off then. No, that's right, because those were counted on the machines.
Here. And this is just for the,
Just for First Ward and the courthouse.
First Ward, and 5 write-ins. Here's
So we just want to look at those. What's that lottery?
Okay. All right. First Ward, Council at Large,
Okay.
168 votes for Rick Bodensteiner,
Okay.
and 4 write-ins and 21 blanks. So you just want to know the 4 write-ins.
Correct, yeah.
Park Commissioner,
Don Fox.
Don Fox, 172,
Okay,
and 2 scattering.
all right.
Public Measure, 114 yes, 79 no.
That should be it
That's
then.
it.
Mhm. That's a zeros report on the top. Lincoln Elementary, is that correct?
This is Ward 2,
Yep, okay.
Osage. Council, Ward 2,
Mm-hmm.
Ken Beamer, 128. Council at Large, Rick Bodensteiner, 124.
Okay.
Park Commissioner, Don Fox, 133. There's 3 write-ins, I don't put them down. Okay.
Scattering, yep.
Yeah, Public Measure, yes, 87, no, 64. That's it.
That's it.
Put them back the way it was.
I have County Service Building,
Ward 3,
Council at Large, Rick Bodensteiner, 137, and 3 scattering. Park Commissioner, 142 for Don Fox, 1 scattering. Public Measure, 78 yes, 75 no.
No, that's- paper first. Oops. That's nice.
There they go, those things.
Okay, this is
Ward 4.
Ward 4, Osage City Hall.
Mhm.
Okay, Larry Moore, 159. Council,
Mhm.
Ward 4, Council at Large, Rick Bodensteiner, 156. Park Commissioner Don Fox, 166. Public Measure, yes, 118. No, 66.
There's no write-ins or scattering on any of the council.
Write-ins 2 for Don Park Commissioner,
Okay.
write-ins 3 for at-large, and write-ins 3 for council person Ward 4.
Okay.
This is Riceville City Hall,
Okay.
Public Measure, 62 yes, 86 no. Mayor from McIntyre, Tony Koenig, 6. Joe Koenig's, oh, I'm sorry, just Tony Koenig, 6. The other one is council member,
Okay.
and that's Joe Koenig, 6. I have 3 for Cheryl Schlamp,
Okay.
3 for Mark Kramer,
Okay.
3 for Brenda Stevenson,
Okay.
2 for Jeannie Kulo, and one for Ron Schneider. Riceville City Council, 4-year term.
Okay.
Terry Burns, 124. Joel Keeling, 129. Mark Patrick, 120.
You got a bunch there.
I got a bunch over here.
Yeah, you kinda gotta watch so it says 4-year or 2.
Yeah, I got them across. So do you want to know individual or scattering?
Just add up the scattering.
For the 4-year term, $14 scattering.
Okay, thank you.
For 2-year terms,
Mhm.
Trent Orth, 53. Jordan Ullman, 119. Harold Jensen, 63. And Harry Jensen got 2. I think they're the same
Yeah, I
person.
recall those. Mhm.
So 65 for Harold,
65.
Harry Jensen.
Mhm. Okay,
And then I've got 4 scattering.
all right.
That's it.
St. Oscar First Lutheran Mitchell County. Public measure, yes votes 202. No votes 206. Okay. Alright, this is for
Whitman Brown.
Wayland Brown, what are we running?
Mayor.
Mayor? Okay. 122. Bill Squires, 73. David Tellefson, 152. And then this next must be coming to council, right?
Yes.
Okay, Bonnie Eustace is 171. Paul Groth, 134. Ira Jorgensen, 181. Chris Myers, 149. And 3 scattering.
Stacyville Library. Public measure, 91 yes, 56 no. Mayor, Harold Isaac, 103. And I have a scattering of 4. Council member, Roger Brum, 105. Paul Hallback, 104. That's it.
We did have some that arrived late. So we sent them letters informing them that their ballot won't count because they weren't received by noon of last Monday, or postmark. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. So,
That's everything? Do we have a motion to accept the canvas?
I'll make a motion to accept the canvas.
I'll second the motion.
Been moved and second to accept the canvas. Further discussion? Hearing none, Paulus.
Aye.
Oaklander.
Aye.
Mark, aye, motion carried.
got some you sign inside the canvas. And where there.
We're on the side here.
Yeah.
Just this one spot.
That's all.
General election, we got a stack like this, you gotta sign.
Mm-hmm. we'll get the totals in the
I
middle.
think we only signed about 80 places.
Okay, next time.
Yeah.
Okay, then we will stand adjourned as a board of canvas, and we will be in recess as a board of supervisors, waiting for 10 o'clock for Don Seymour.